right now. Okay. I don't know what I was waiting for. I just stalled for time. Okay, so I'm going into what game is this called again? The Outer Worlds, right? That's what it's called. I don't have anything opened up. Um, the game is called Outer Worlds. Particularly old, but I am going into it pretty much blind, so I don't know what to expect. I just know that the game notoriously was extremely mid, and and I know that it's made by Obsidian, the cursed term, the creators of Fallout New Vegas, because every game that's come out or they've admitted that term has been garbage or mid at best. Um, so going into it, I wanted to do a recording of what I want out of it, and then whether the game will deliver, and that'll be in like my completion review thing that we do. Um, okay, so things I expect out of an Obsidian made game, and this is coming from me putting in like I don't know, probably 1,000 hours into Fallout New Vegas, all vanilla. Well, one modded playthrough, but it wasn't really like no dust, no nothing like that. Um, okay, so a lot of it is pretty much going to be, hey, bring New Vegas stuff into this game. What I want out of this game is an actual RPG playthrough. And what I mean by that is I want my choices to matter, because Fallout 4, your choices didn't really matter other than what faction you wanted. Um and then there's been some games recently where like I just got done playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which, great game as it is. It didn't matter, like I didn't know the game was as linear as it was, and so now I'm hoping to get something more of like an actual RPG where my choices do matter, my choices play into what the game has for me. Or that didn't make any sense. Fuck. Where my choices matter towards, characters, story elements, story beats, the world, all that good stuff. One thing I did hear about this game is that you can pretty much just body any NPC, and I might try that. Not gonna lie, like if I see like a main character, I'm straight just blasting them. So I'm gonna try that. I'm hoping that will, not soft lock me, but that they thought about that. Which I think that was one of the selling points of the game. So I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for good RPG elements of that. I'm hoping for, I don't know if I'm really hoping for any particular build crafting. Like New Vegas has like, you only get like 15 to 18 of the perks of like the 30 bajillion perks that they have. So you really got to figure out what it is you want to spec in. I am hoping for that in some way where, I mean, like I'm coming out of Horizon Zero Dawn, playing another open world game, and so like I'm trying to not have it be something where like in Horizon Zero Dawn where you know build crafting was not really like you. What am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think I'm trying to say that I want something that's engaging, at least combat wise, because with Horizon Zero Dawn, I was kind of like, I have a bow, whoopee, and and I did want to play like a game with guns, which sounds absolutely crazy, but I wanted to play something with that had like a different tone to it altogether. So that's why I chose this. Plus, I had it free on Epic Games. It has all the DLC. Like, come on, what am I supposed to do? Um, so I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping. What else am I hoping for? I don't know if I'm really hoping for anything else. I think I'm just wanting something that my choice matters, and something that's not as linear. Oh, what I don't want collectathon. I don't want map clearing. Go pick up 30 billion of the same item. I don't care for that. I don't want that. I probably will do it anyway, just so I could say that I did it. But if I can avoid it, cool, I'll do it, or I'll avoid it. Oh, another thing is I'm hoping that they didn't fall into the Bethesda style of having things being more difficult, where it's kind of like an artificial difficulty where you don't do or you don't do as much damage, you and enemies do more damage, which I think is the lamest way to kind of um set up your games or set up your difficulties. But see, a lot of games do that, but they also implement mechanics where you're able to kind of rise above that. So like Horizon Zero Dawn, they had the elements and the weak spots where enemies are weak to specific spots, and that kind of like lets you overcome the difficulty of like not doing as much damage, because if you hit the weak spots, they're gonna take significantly more damage. So I'm hoping for something like that where there's mechanics in that are gonna make me engage, or like the difficulty is gonna make me engage with these additional mechanics. Whereas like if you play on the easy mode, you can just blast your way through with one gun. So I'm hoping for stuff like that. That's a big thing that I like in a lot of games, where if I play on the harder difficulty, will I be challenged? Will I be is there mechanics in place that I can have a fair fight in the harder difficulties? Which I don't know if there even is a difficulty slider in this game. Um but I'll probably play on the hardest difficulty just off the rip. And then if I find that like, there's not really anything to help engage me with and help me get through the difficulty, I probably won't care for it, and I'll just go mic the difficulty down. Um Something New Vegas did is I really like their hardcore mode, because it added sleep, it added additional food water elements where you have to kind of manage that. And then like if you're sleep deprived or you're dehydrated or you're hungry, you lose stats, so you kind of have to upkeep that. I always did hardcore very hard on New Vegas, and I didn't find it very challenging. Or at least beginning game, it was particularly challenging, but just because I played New Vegas for so much, I kind of knew how to like min max it. Um, so I can't really speak on whether it truly is a hardcore mode or whether it is a very hard mode, because I was min maxing it. So I think that is another thing I want to be immersed in this world. I want to not have to juggle menus. I have to do, like, I don't want too much UI. I don't want any of that. I want to be able to enjoy the world, get immersed. I want like good map exploration, so that way I'm like, I see points of interest that are genuinely interesting. I like to uncover like secrets. I like to go through all that stuff, and I'm hoping the game is like that too. I don't know if I'm probably asking for too much, to be honest, but I hope it at least has some of those, because like, like I'm describing like the perfect game, but at least for me, but I want to be able to at least have some of those. And then like I'll talk about whether it does or doesn't. And then once I'm done with the game. Oh my goodness, why am I yawning? So that's kind of what that is. I believe that is everything. I'm gonna start playing um right now. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. I know this is a YouTube recording. It's gonna be kind of awkward. There's not gonna be any editing. It's just kind of straight from what I'm talking right now. So I'm hoping that people watch these. People make it this far. They may not watch them right away. They may not watch them for another while. But I'm recording it just because I like to do these things. I'm kind of entering my video game critique Ark. I don't know if I don't know. I just like to talk about video games. I like to talk about games I play. I like to talk about games I like. So that's kind of what it is. Okay. Enough talking. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Fucking catch you later.